Hello everybody, welcome to you all in my class. Today we will be looking at the another two tenses, present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. I will try to make you clear about their structures, forms and uses. Okay, let's begin. First of all, let's learn about present perfect tense. So, the present perfect tense connects the present with the past. It's not just about only present or past, but it links and connects the present and the past. This tense shows an action in the past that has a result in the present or effect in the present. That means something that happens in the past has effect or result in the present. Let's see the difference between simple past and past perfect tense. What do you think? Are these two tenses similar? Obviously not. But sometimes people use it almost in the same way, but actually it's different. So, if I say I lost my book, maybe I lost my book on Monday and then found it on Tuesday. So, if I say I lost my book, it doesn't mean that's true till today. It means it was true in the past. But if you tell me I have lost my book, then that means it's true till today. You have lost that book on Monday, but that book is still lost. That means you lost it sometimes in the past. When? That doesn't matter, because what matters is the result. And the result in this example is I don't have my book now. So this tense allows you to take some things from the past, bring it in the present and make it true now. That's the difference between simple past and past perfect tense. To use this tense, you need to know how to construct it. To construct the sentence, we have to take the help of subject, helping verb have or has, past participle form of the verb and object. For example, I have done my assignment. She has done her assignment. While making present perfect sentence, you need to be clear about regular and irregular verbs. I mentioned about them in previous class as well. A regular verb add d, ed, ied to them, while irregular verb do not add d, ed, ied. Instead of it, sometimes verb changes slightly, sometimes completely and sometimes remains same. Moreover, you need to be alert in forms of verb. We use past participle form of the verbs in present perfect tense. For example, regular verbs walk, walked, walked, walking, carry, carried, carried, carrying, watch, watched, watched, watching. Irregular verbs speak, spoke, spoken, speaking, go, went, gone, going, caught, 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 caughting. Somewhere, past and past participle form of the verbs are similar in regular verbs and somewhere they are different in irregular verbs. Now it's time to learn positive, negative and interrogative forms. First, let's see positive forms. The subjects like I, we, they, you take the helping verb have and he, she, it take the helping verb has. For example, I have worked, we have worked, they have worked, you have worked. He has worked, she has worked, it has worked. Now let's see what happens when we make all of these negative. Let's see examples. I have not worked, we have not worked, they have not worked, you have not worked. He has not worked, she has not worked, it has not worked. What we did? We just add not after has or have. So if you want to use contraction form, then you can use like haven't, hasn't instead of saying have not and has not. Okay, it's very easy. Now let's see the question form, interrogative form. We need to bring auxiliary verb in the front where helping verb has or have is followed by subject, verb and object in question form. For example, have I worked, have you worked, have we worked, have they worked. Has he worked, has she worked, has it worked. If you want to change into WH questions, then add WH words like what, where, how, etc. before this structure of yes-no questions. Okay? Now, it's time to go through uses of present perfect tense. We use present perfect tense in different situations. Let's look what are they. The first one, we can use it to talk about the present result of past actions. Something that happened in the past, still true at the moment when the speaker is speaking. For example, I have bought a new dress. I am wearing it now. India has won the match. Next, we can use it to talk about finished actions. For example, I have already read that book. She has just reached there. Sometimes we often use present perfect tense with some expressions like already, just, yet, since, ever, never. For example, I have just finished reading the book. She has already read the book. I have not read the book yet. My uncle has lived here since 1970. Have you ever read the book? Suresh has never been to a circus. Now, we have another tense, that is present perfect continuous tense, which is also called present perfect progressive tense. So let's learn exactly what this tense is, when and how we use it, so that we can speak it more confidently. Okay, let's start. Present perfect continuous tense is special tense in terms of time, like as present perfect, because it also connects present with past. It doesn't talk about only present or only of the past, but it connects them. Let's see how it connects. It talks about the action which started in the past and it's still continuing now in the present, or it's still going on the present when the speaker is speaking. Let's look at examples to know how exactly it works. First sentence, I have cooked dinner. Second sentence, I have been cooking dinner. What's the difference between these sentences? If I say I have cooked dinner, it means I cooked it in the past. It's ready and now not needed to cook it in the present. What is the result? I don't have to cook anymore. But if I say I have been cooking dinner, that means I started cooking in the past and I am still cooking now. It's still continuing. I am not done yet. The focus is more on the process than result. Now let's look at how we form present perfect continuous tense. Basically, we are taking the subject, have been or has been, present participle form of the verb or verb ing, and object. For example, I have been doing my assignment. She has been doing her assignment. Here in present perfect continuous tense, we have to be careful in present participle form of the verb. So let's see some of the examples of present participle form of the regular and irregular verbs. For example, regular verbs: walk, walked, walked, walking; carry, carried, carried, carrying; watch, watched, watched, watching. Irregular verbs: speak, spoke, spoken, speaking; go, went, gone, going; caught, 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 caughting. Okay, the last column is present participle form of the verb, which we use in present perfect continuous tense. Now we will go through positive, negative and interrogative form. So for positive, like as in present perfect tense, we need to use have for the subjects like I, you, we, they, and has with he, she, it. Okay? For example, I have been working, you have been working, they have been working, he has been working, She has been working, it has been working. Now let's look at the negative sections. In the negative, we would just add basically the word not after has or have. So you would say, I have not been working. He has not been working. She has not been working. It has not been working. You have not been working. So if you want to use contraction, then you can use in this way haven't, hasn't instead of have not and has not. Okay. Now let's see its question form or interrogative form. Here first you need to put have or has in the front, which will be followed by subject. For example, have I been working? Have you been working? Have we been working? Have they been working? Has he been working? Has she been working? Has it been working? Now it's time to learn about uses of present perfect continuous tense. So as I said earlier, you can use it for something that started in the past and continues in the present. For example, sea levels have been rising. She has been cleaning the house. Next, we can also use present perfect continuous tense for repeated actions. That means something that started in the past and it's just finished recently. But this action is taking place again and again until now. For example, I have been trying to contact you all day. We have been waiting for you. The next use is, it is also used in common expressions like for, since, all day, lately, recently, etc. to indicate for how long something has been happening. For example, I have been studying for 3 hours. She has been writing since 8 a.m. They have been writing for 3 hours. It has been raining all day. Now, let's learn what is the difference between since and for. Since is used to talk about the point of time, whereas for is used to talk about period of time, duration of time, or length of time. For example, I have been living in Spain for 6 years. So this means the duration of time. I have been living in Spain since 2012. It's the starting point. So let's see the difference between since and for thoroughly. Since is used with the specific point in time. For is used with period of time. Since can only be used with perfect tenses, whereas for can be used with all the tenses. Since usually refers to the beginning of the time period or the starting point of the time, while for refers to the whole duration of the time. Since refers to a specific point in time, whereas for refers to either a general or specific time period. In this way, we came to the end of our class. You have some exercises which should be done. Okay? Thank you.